I'm going to share 8 tips with you. And I like to tell people, when you take notes, don't worry about writing down verbatim what I say. Write down how it applies to you. Write down your inspired thoughts. So I have 8 things. Number 1 is learn the business, because being knowledgeable matters. Listen to the prospect calls and learn the verbiage. So before I asked anybody else to get on a prospect call, I got on the calls and I would take notes on the calls. So I could do a call with somebody and I'm going to say almost exactly what would be said if they got on that call. But the three kits that we have, the 3 ways that we get paid, all the way down to the things that they say to make people laugh in between. I studied the calls. Then I send messages to the prospects. And I'll tell them, we got an opportunity call today and tomorrow night at 8:30. Let me know which one of those calls you can get on and I'll get on the call with you. And I don't tell them we got a call for the next 30 days. I gave them 2 dates that work for my schedule. And then she would reply back and say, hey, I'm going to get on in a few minutes. So I jump on the call with her. So when she has questions, I know what was said on the call, because different people will share it from different perspectives. So to me, that was the first thing that gave me a little bit of confidence to be able to even talk about the business, was getting on those calls. I didn't have to ask questions. I wanted to learn the business, and I learned the business by getting on those training calls. So that's the first thing. The second one is be visible. My business is 90% Facebook, and she shared with you my background. We're very busy. So, that's one of the number 1 reasons people say they can't do the business, is that they're busy. Well, I can do it one night a week and go to the post office one day a week and make $100 a week. That's $400 a month. We could do the math real quick. So I keep my business visible, and people that know me know that I'm busy. So it's passive marketing. I post pictures before, during, and after. They need to see that I'm busy. They need to know that I had a launch party. They need to know next weekend we're doing a festival. I share pictures because people are watching. So just being visible, because they don't want to be a part of a theory. They want to make sure that it's really working. The third thing is engage the audience. We engage our online audience, and you may think, what does this have to do with recruiting? It's real important, because when other people start talking back and start sharing posts, when people are talking back and sharing posts, every time somebody comments on something, it shows up in their friends' news feeds. So it helps with recruiting, because it keeps it visible in timelines. And I can do a video, and for 3 days, people are sharing the video, or they're commenting, and they're still buying. And every time they do, it shows back up in somebody else's news feed, so they can see how easy it is to sell. The same in my VIP group. We did a game in my VIP group today. I think the question on the picture was, how high maintenance are you? And you had to give yourself certain points. They talk back and forth on that thing, I know, for an hour. So it's getting them engaged and keeping them engaged in what we're doing. So the first thing was, let me back up real quick. The first thing was learn the business, get on those calls. The second one, be visible. The third one is engage the audience. The fourth one is always share. Always share. I share the opportunity on every video. I don't go into a lot of details on my videos, but when we're in between and we're moving jewelry, I'm saying, our team is growing. You need to be a part of this team. I'm going to be your coach. I'm going to be the one to help you succeed. So I make sure I'm always talk about it, because people want to know what's working. So I share it on live videos. I share it in the marketing pictures. I share because you got to know the seasons. Who needs holiday money? If somebody needs holiday money, I'm sharing about that. If they need part-time income, I'm telling them that. I've seen people post on Facebook, who's hiring, and people are tagging them and stuff. So I inbox them and say, do you want a part-time job, or do you want me to coach you and show you how you can make the money that you need and not be away from your children? You don't have to be gone at night, and I can show you how to do this. I reach out to business owners that already have an audience. I reach out to boutique owners, and I'll ask them, hey, can I come in and share an opportunity with you and let you actually see what I'm doing? So I'll take 10 pieces of jewelry with me and go down there. I set up a meeting. I adhere to the time, because people's time is valuable. Because when I'm talking to an entrepreneur, they know business. So when I'm talking to them, I present from a different perspective. Number 5 is listen between the lines. Listen between the lines. I always share the opportunity, but I listen between the lines. If a single mom tells me she needs a job for Christmas, then I set a time and share with her. And share with her how to reach her goals, how many pieces she need to sell. We'll break it down from a monthly goal to a weekly goal. And then I said, all right, what's your goal for this month? And then we do follow-ups. If it's a church, this one made me laugh because I have a pastor's wife that's going to join my team for one reason, because she wants to join for the third way that we make money. And she's going to take her commissions every month and put it into their building fund. So you got to know what it is that they need and figure out a way to make paparazzi be the solution for what it is that they need. I also got one lady who needed income for her daughter's pageant. She's in pageants. Pageants are very expensive. So paparazzi is going to be her daughter's pageant account. So when I follow up with her, I say, you know, are you ready to start the pageant account? And I put her baby's name in there. Now she said, well, give me a couple more weeks because we need that. The first of the year is going to get crazy. So I'm helping her. I make sure that I seed into her need. Just a couple more. Number 6, ask the right questions. Don't ask them, do you have any questions? Don't ask yes or no questions. Ask questions like, what piqued your interest about the company? How do you think this being in paparazzi or being an entrepreneur can help you? What is the one thing that would stand in the way of you joining? Because we have to listen for their pain points. And then we have to figure out a way. You got to be quick thinking. You know, you got to be solution oriented. So asking the questions may be hard for somebody that's negative. Because if they say, well, I don't have time. Well, girl, I know you ain't got. You know, you got to be solution oriented. So when you find out what their pain points are, for instance, what can stand in your way? Well, it's football season. You know, my daughter's in the band. My son play football. We got all these practices, and I really don't have a lot of time. And so how I respond to her is, well, do you have one night a week that you can dedicate 1 hour to the business? She said, well, yeah, you know, I'm not doing anything on Sunday evenings. I said, what if I could coach you to help you get set up on Sunday evenings? You can go live, don't have to leave your house. And then Monday, you can drop it all in the mail and be done until next Sunday. She'll say, keep talking. So you have to find out where the area is that's getting them to talking. Because if I can get them to talking and asking questions, and I'm not afraid of the questions, then people begin to open up, because they don't want to feel like, oh, you just trying to get me signed up because you're going to make money off of me. They need to know that I'm in this with them. That's how I talk to them. Number 7 is follow up. Now, I hope to eventually get to a place where I won't be able to keep up with this list. But right now, I keep a list. I use this big, fat, black and pink binder that Paparazzi sent me. On my dates, every day of the week, I list who bought what and how many pieces of jewelry so I can see how much money I made each week. And then on this master clientele list, that's my prospect list. I put the date of my initial contact, the date that we had our initial call, and the follow-up date that they set. So like if I share something on social media and somebody say, I'm all in, send me the information. I put that date down, the date that they asked me. I'll inbox them, or I'll respond, when do you have time for a 13-minute call? There's nothing significant about the number 13 except it's an odd number, so it catches their attention. So instead of saying, you got 15 minutes, you got 10 minutes, I'll say, you got time for a 7-minute call or a 13-minute call? And they'll say, yeah, I got 13 minutes. So I get on there and I share with them the 3 ways we make money. I share with them the 3 kits that we have. I share with them why I joined the business, because my daughter was struggling in math. And this was how we was able to, she's a hands-on learner. This is how we were able to help her understand that she needed this if she's going to be a cosmetologist. She needed to understand numbers. After she did her first party, that semester she passed math, and she helps us in the business. So I share my why. And if they start talking about their children, I talk about it. I got a senior in high school. Don't you know that this could be your senior account? I got 7 children. They all graduated. Honey, having senior is expensive. We can take all your profit and you can put that in. That can be your child's senior account money. They like, keep talking. So I have my initial date of contact, initial call. Then I ask them, when would you like for me to follow up with you? I let them set the date. And then I put that date in my calendar. Like I got one girl that's going to sign up Tuesday. And I got one lady that's going to sign up Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I got one more that's going to sign up on Wednesday. She's out of town, so we're going to do hers over the phone. So I keep a list and a calendar. I know exactly when they're coming in. And then what I do in between is I send them a message summary of what we talked about and a link to join my business. I said, you can either click this link and join, or you can call me and I'll sign you up. 90% of them have allowed me to sign them up. And then I'll take 30 or 40 minutes, get them to download the app. I'll walk them right through right then. And then I send them a testimony or some type of recruiting information at least once a month until they join. So those 7 people that joined in September were people that I talked to in July and August. And the people that's coming in now are people that I was talking to last month. I have husbands that are inboxing me going, hey, I need my wife in this business. We had one husband that gifted it to his wife. The husband called me. We signed up his wife because she was talking about it with him. And so he gave it to his wife as a gift. So it's not just, you'll be surprised at who's watching. That's why we got to be visible. And the last thing is be concise. So when I get on the call with people and I tell them it's going to be 13 minutes, I'm very respectful of their time. And I make sure that I don't go over. If the call goes over, it's because they're talking and they're answering questions, and usually they're going to sign up. I did a 3-way call yesterday with Millicent, who just joined on Thursday, and I did the same scenario that I just shared with you with her prospect. We did it on 3-way call. I asked the lady, when would you like for us to follow up with you? And she said, I'm ready to join right now. And I walked Millicent through it. Millicent signed her up on the spot on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm in my mama's room because I do family day on Sundays, but we did it because we were available. And so those are my 8 things. Learn the business, be visible, engage the audience because it keeps it in people's timeline. Always share, listen between the lines. So that means we're providing a solution for their problem. Ask the right question, not yes and no questions, but ask questions that gets them to think. Follow up. If they tell you, hey, I'm going to join on Wednesday, and you don't remember until Saturday, you may lose them. And then be concise. So be very respectful of their time. Those are my 8 things, Miss Kim.
Well, that was awesome information. I took my notes down.